So true wireless earbuds have come a really long way, and these past couple months have brought us some amazing earbuds from some of the top brands out there. But which ones are actually the best of the best? In this video, I want to look at the most premium earbuds on the market and compare them head to head with regards to design, the microphones. I'll actually be testing the microphones, the active noise cancellation, the sound quality, the fit, the comfort, the aesthetics, and of course, the features of these earbuds. And these are earbuds that all do really well in all those categories. So I'll be ranking them and scoring them with each category so that at the end of this video, you'll know which one is actually the best of the best premium pair of wireless earbuds. So let's take a look at the contestants we have in this video. Starting off, we have the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3s. These came out just a couple weeks ago and are selling for $250. Next up, we have the classic Apple AirPods Pro. They're almost 2 years old, but still absolutely dominating in sales, and these are again $250. Next, we have the Sony WF-1000XM4s, an annoying name to say, yes, but uncontested in many regards with earbuds. These are easily a top choice of many people out there. Then we have, of course, the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. These are selling for about $200, but knowing Samsung, they're always on sale. And again, these are part of a really big lineup from Samsung, and these are the most premium ones they offer. Then we have the Master & Dynamic MW08 Sports. These are selling for a whopping $350. So in this video, we'll see why they cost so much and if they can actually compete given the high price tag. And then of course, one of the newest pairs on this entire table, the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay EX, selling at a whopping $400, the most expensive out of everything on this table. But once we get into it, you'll start to see why they are so expensive. So clearly a lot of great earbuds here, but I want to point out I had to draw the line somewhere. These are only 6 earbuds on the table, but a couple honorable mentions, of course. We have the Sony LinkBuds S, are a little bit more affordable, but still a fantastic pair of earbuds, and the Jabra Elite 7 Pro, again, a really fantastic pair of earbuds, a little bit more affordable, but they're better at different things. So I'll make another video in the future about the best, maybe sub $200 pairs of earbuds. So let's start off with category number 1, which is the design and the controls. And as with every category, I'm gonna go through these one at a time, going in order from first place down to last place. So looking at the design, I kind of want to mention one thing ahead of time here, and this is that for the first time ever, I'm making a comparison video where all of the earbuds on the table have wireless charging, which I think is a huge step in the right direction, so that's a huge positive. But going into actually first place here, these are the Bang & Olufsen EX earbuds. This design is really premium from the metallic case. It's aluminum. You can feel kind of a grippy pad on the bottom, so it's nice to set on a table. It won't slide around. We've got an LED on the front, and really the hinge action is quite impressive. So it's a very nice soft close, as you can see right there. It closes automatically. Great magnets. Overall, you can tell it's a tight tolerance, just a well-built case. Looking at the earbuds, we're not talking about aesthetics in this category necessarily. We'll talk about that later, but these do have a glass touchpad on the outside, and of course that stem design as well. So really they fit very well in my ear. They're very stable, very well-built pair of earbuds. And one of the big things is that these are IP57 water resistant, which is the best out of this entire table. Moving on to second place, these are actually maybe surprising to some people, the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. Now, even though the case feels a little bit cheaper here, the reason I gave the second place is because it's a very small, compact case. They come in several different colors. They have touch controls on here on the earbuds. And again, the earbuds are also compact as well. And in addition to the touch controls, so tapping and whatever, you can also kind of like flick your ear and tap the edge of the earbud to get an additional control as well. And you can customize all of these within the app. So lots of controls that are very customizable as well. And lastly, these are also IPX7 water resistant, so the only thing they're lacking is a dust rating. Now moving on to third place, these are the Apple AirPods Pro. Again, a very small compact case. These are IPX4 water resistant. The case has a really nice aluminum hinge and a button on the back for pairing, which is very convenient. The earbuds themselves, I mean, I don't have to tell you about AirPods Pros. I think these are probably the most common earbuds on the market, but as far as controls go, although they're not really customizable or not nearly as much as the other earbuds, they do have a pinch sensor, which is great if you're out on a run and either your hands are sweaty or you're wearing gloves, and touch sensors would not normally work, but pinching always works really well. So that's kind of a big positive for the AirPods. Moving on to fourth place, this is actually a tie between the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3s and the Sony XM4s. Now, starting off with the Sonys, I'll start off with why they're not higher, because they could be higher, but really the case is what's holding them back in my opinion. It's a little bit of a larger case, so putting it in your pocket's not as ideal. And in addition to that, the case, you could tell like it is definitely a plastic hinge. It's gonna be fine, but you could tell that it's not quite as solid feeling as the B&O EX earbuds. But when you open it up, the earbuds themselves really redeem themselves quite a bit by being much smaller than the previous version of these earbuds. And one of my favorite things about these earbuds is that it's completely customizable with the touch controls. That means single, double, triple pressing, or press and hold on either the left or the right. You can customize every single function within the app. I don't know why other earbuds don't do that, but like I said, tied in that place are actually these Sony WF-1000XM4s, which have a much smaller case. I kind of like the aesthetic of it. The feel of it's a lot smaller. And we have a little LED bar in the front to tell us the battery level, to indicate when it's charging or updating or something like that. And the earbuds, again, do have touch controls on the outside, which are customizable, but kind of in groups. So you can choose like the volume control group, you can choose the playback control group. You can't mix and match what each individual touch does. And then moving down to, unfortunately, last place, because I really do like this design, these are the Master & Dynamic MW08 Sports. The case is, again, a little bit on the larger side, and part of that's for the massive battery on the inside, but really it is it's Kevlar case or Kevlar fiber case, which is cool. The case has a water resistance rating of IPX4, which is great because none of these other ones have a water resistant rating cases. And the earbuds themselves are IPX5, which is another positive, but really the reason I couldn't give these a higher rating, even though, like I said, I love the design with these, the controls were something that really got me. You can't really customize them, and the controls are just so different from other earbuds, where instead of something large on the side that you could tap or pinch or a button on the side, the button's all the way up on the top. So it's a lot smaller, a lot harder to get, and it takes some getting used to. Granted, the left side has a rocker for volume up and down. I think that's cool. Moving on, category number 2. This is a cool one. This is the microphone.
So now these are the Apple AirPods Pro. I've always been a really big fan of the AirPods. They have a pretty natural microphone, but these are 2 years old. The Bang & Olufsen EX. Clearly a lot of traffic behind me. It's also really windy out here. So let me know if you can hear what I'm saying. Now this is what the microphones sound like on the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3s, which are a massive step up from the honestly terrible Momentum True Wireless 2 microphones. Now Samsung has always done a really good job with microphones on the earbuds, so the Galaxy Buds Pro are really no exception. All right, and now these are the Sony 1000XM4s. Tons of traffic behind me. I had to re-record this because, of course, after I recorded it yesterday, they had an update to improve the microphone. So see if it's any better. So here are the Master & Dynamic earbuds. The wind picked up, but these really brag about having 6 microphones on the earbuds. So we'll see if that actually makes a difference.
So I played those for you in the order of what I thought sounded best, but that is subjective, so you can leave a comment and let me know what you think. Some people prefer more of a natural sound, some people want more compression and focus on the voice, but that was my opinion right there. So now moving on to active noise cancellation. If you're getting a pair of premium wireless earbuds, you want great active noise cancellation. And all of these do deliver, but to varying degrees for sure. So going through these, I think this first one surprises nobody. The Sony 1000XM4s absolutely dominate the space, not only with very powerful ANC, but also very clean active noise cancellation as well. These were blocking up to about 54.5 decibels. When I was just playing a white noise, a sound of a jet on a speaker, that's the volume I was able to block out with these. And no matter what you're playing, these do a great job of not having any hissing, no white noise, just really true silence when you're wearing them. In addition to that, they come with foam tips natively on these earbuds, which blocks a lot of the higher frequencies as well. And although you can get that on the other earbuds, just coming with these, it means most people are going to be using that anyway. Now in second place, we have the AirPods Pro, which even though these are a little older, Apple still does a fantastic job of blocking out a lot of that sound. Still pretty clean, not quite as clean as the Sonys, but these were blocking up to about 53 decibels. Moving down to third place, this one surprised me the most. I don't know if there was an update, a firmware, a software update recently, Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. Now these were a little bit strange. When I started turning the volume up on the sound I was listening to, I would be able to hear it a little bit more and more, and then all of a sudden, I think it's because it's called an intelligent ANC is what they're using, it would drop back down. So some volumes you can hear and then it would drop back down as you turn the volume up, and then you could turn it up more, and I was blocking things out until about 51.2, 51.3 decibels, which again is really impressive for something that when they came out, I wasn't impressed by the active noise cancellation. Going down to fourth place, these are the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3s. These are very powerful. They're not quite as clean as the other ones above them, but still very, very powerful, blocking out to about 50.3 decibels. Then in fifth place, we have the Bang & Olufsen EX. Maybe if I used the foam tips, that would at least do more passive noise blocking, but the ANC was not quite what I wanted. It was blocking only up to about 49 decibels, but in last place, unfortunately, only blocking about 43 or 44 decibels. the MW08. And moving on to another category of fit and comfort, this is something I wanted to differentiate from design because honestly, as much as you could like the design, if they're not comfortable, that could be a deal breaker for some people. So going through these, starting off in first place are actually the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. These are such a light pair of earbuds, and even though they don't have a wingtip, the natural design of them really fits in very well in your ear. But I want to say that these are hit or miss. Some people love them and some people really hate them. So I would say in general, these rank number one, but you should try them on before you commit to them fully. But going down to second place, this one is almost guaranteed to be comfortable for everybody. These are the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3s, and the reason for that is because, first of all, like I said, they're substantially smaller than their previous model, and these now have a wingtip as well. So they're very light, they go deep in your ear canal, they have a wingtip that holds them in place, so they're really customizable for everybody's ears. Moving on to number 3, these are the Bang & Olufsen EX. These earbuds are a little bit larger, but for some reason, they just feel so comfortable in my ears. And so putting them in, like I said, you've got a lot of different customizable tips for the silicone tip there. And the top kind of acts as a plastic wingtip. When you put them in, you twist a little bit, and these are very secure in my ears. They're very comfortable. In fourth place are the Apple AirPods Pro. This one, I know I'm gonna take some heat for this, but I'll explain why. This is kind of a personal choice. Some people love these. When I first put them in, they are comfortable, but keep in mind, this is fit and comfort. So even though they're comfortable at first, the fit, especially in my left ear, for some reason, they just always work their way out. They fall out if I'm on a phone call. No matter what, the left earbud, I can't keep them in for more than maybe 20 minutes. Moving down to fifth place, these are the Sony WF-1000XM4s. They're just a little bit larger, they stick out a little bit, and because of that, they're kind of heavy and they weigh themselves down. Unfortunately, even though I really like the Master and Dynamic earbuds, they're not the most comfortable out there. Like, they just feel like a big, bulky plastic piece in my ear, and so I can wear them for a little while, but maybe it's just me. They're not quite the perfect pair for me. And then we get to possibly my favorite category. This one, without a doubt, to me, is the most important out of this entire video. This is the sound quality. These all sound really good, but again, it's a big spectrum here. And so I want to preface this by saying sound is subjective, depending on the geometry of your ears, how well you can hear different sounds, what kind of music you like, what your style is. If you like something that's really heavy on bass or a little bit more focused on treble, like that's all subjective. So I'm going to try to break it down in kind of a more detailed way so you guys can make your own decision, but I'm going to give you my own opinion. I've tested a lot of earbuds, so I think a lot of people would probably agree with this. Going through these, in first place, which, I mean, they better be for the price, the Bang & Olufsen EX earbuds. These have SBC, AAC, and aptX adaptive, so no matter what device you're using, you can get some pretty decent audio resolution out of these. You're also getting excellent, really a fantastic soundstage. I was really impressed with that. They sound really natural, a lot of detail, great clarity, and also the bass was quite impressive as well. It was like a clean, punchy bass that it didn't make anything muddy, it didn't eclipse anything, and it was really an analytical sound. Now, there was a little bit too much emphasis on the hi-hats. I could probably fix that in the EQ eventually, and the EQ on these was not, I mean, I didn't really like the EQ in the app. It was a little bit too basic for my liking. And moving down to number 2, which might surprise you that it's not number 1, but it's a very, very close second. These are the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3s. I've always loved Sennheiser's sound. They focus so much on it, and these earbuds really reflect that. They sound amazing. And so once again, these are getting SBC, AAC, and aptX and aptX adaptive, so great codecs across the board if you're using iPhone or Android. These are a little bit warmer than the EX, and they're also marginally, like really marginally less analytical in my opinion. But otherwise, great detail, fantastic soundstage. They can really replicate everything you're listening to in any kind of music. You can hear every single cymbal, every little tambourine in every corner of the stage that's playing. And I mean, I really can't give these enough praise when it comes to sound quality. So a very, very close number 2. Some people might even call them a tie at number 1. Moving down to number 3 then, these are actually the Master and Dynamic MW08s. Now, they lost a couple of categories early on. We didn't really like the design. The ANC wasn't the best, but the sound quality is where these start to pull ahead. They do a fantastic job with sound. Again, you're getting the same codecs we had on the first 2. It's a little bit more bass, actually a lot more bass than the first 2. These are the sport version, so if you want something that's a little bit more full and bass heavy and warmer and more low end, that's definitely going to be these. You're getting some crisp tambourines, a lot of solid detail across the board, but there is a little bit of eclipsing because they are so bass heavy. Maybe that's just because they're the sport version. Moving down, and this is again a fantastic sound signature, these are the Sony X Mark IVs. Now, Sony, out of this entire table right here, the Sonys have the best codec, or the highest bitrate at least, using LDAC, which is Sony's proprietary codec, and so if you can hear the difference, that's gonna be great. Now, these are definitely a little bit more of a boomy bass, a lot more bass heavy than the other ones, but they kind of have more of a V-shaped, like a lively, fun EQ to them. So really, it sounds fun for most people, very lively. You're missing a little bit of detail. It's a little bit less analytical than the other ones. And then we get down to the AirPods and the Galaxy Buds. And this one is where it starts to get even more subjective. But I would say, in my opinion, number 5 is actually the Galaxy Buds. These have a little bit more bass, and I think that's important for a lot of people, especially compared to the AirPods. The AirPods are bright and they emphasize the highs, but it feels shallow, it feels almost hollow because they're really lacking a lot of the bass and even some of the mids. And before we get into the features and the battery life of these, which are really quite different and very, very important, let's first talk about the aesthetics. Now, the aesthetics of these, it's definitely subjective. So I'll leave you guys, you can vote in the comments below, but I'll give you my opinion here. I would say in first place are the Bang & Olufsen EX. The case is obviously just a beautiful design. I love the round edges there and the gold look on this. It comes in 3 different colors. This is the gold one, and the earbuds obviously reflect that as well. Maybe some might consider that a little bit more feminine. I think it looks great, but there's also an anthracite black and anthracite oxygen, which is like a kind of blue wherever you see the gold right there. Moving down to number 2, this is a slightly different style, and this is one that, again, depending on why I'd be wearing earbuds, this one might be my choice. And these are the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3s. I love the case. The fabric look is really iconic. Sennheiser's always been using this, and I think a lot of people like that. The earbuds themselves are probably the most subtle out of this entire list here, where they're not really high gloss. They're a little bit glossy, but putting them in your ear, very subtle. You don't even really notice that you have them on. And so just a nice little clean design. That's why I put these as number 2. Moving down to number 3 then, these are actually the Apple AirPods Pro. And this one, again, is up for debate. Some people love the look of the AirPods, but at the very least, you can't argue that they would look really weird. Even if you don't like AirPods, so many people have them that it's kind of an accepted look now. And so it's not gonna be exciting, but it's definitely a middle of the pack, and then in 4th place, we have the Master and Dynamic earbuds. The case, I kind of like the Kevlar fabric look. It's kind of like a carbon fiber look. And of course, the earbuds themselves have kind of that D shape, which is very, very different from almost any other earbuds in the market. There are 4 different colors. I think they look pretty good, pretty clean look there. Then after that, we have in 5th place, actually these Sonys. Now, these, I love the gold accent or the copper accent. I've always really said that about the XM4s here, but unfortunately, they are just a little bit larger than other ones on this list. And then unfortunately, last place, these are the Galaxy Buds Pro. Samsung's made some really good looking earbuds in the past, but these just look like mirrors, and so I wasn't really, they're so slim, which is great, but that mirror look, I don't know, I just wasn't really a big fan of it. But let's get into the second to last category, which is the battery life. These all do a decent job. You can easily get through a while without having to recharge. And like I said, they all have wireless charging as well, so it doesn't feel like you're charging. But without a doubt, by far the winner, the Master and Dynamics. These have 10 hours of battery in the earbuds, which is incredible, but 40 hours when you include the case, which is really unheard of for a pair of earbuds. I love to see that. In second place, we have the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3s, 7 hours of battery in the earbuds, 28 when you include the case. In third place, we've got the Sonys with 8 hours in the earbuds and 24 with the case. In fourth place, we've got the Bang & Olufsen's with 6 hours in the earbuds, 24 hours when you include the case, which is pretty standard. That's really what you're getting these days. In fifth place, 4.5 hours in the earbuds, which is a little bit low, but 24 hours when you include the case, the Apple AirPods Pro. And unfortunately, in last place, mostly because it's such a small design, the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro only have 5 hours in the earbuds and 18 hours when you include the case. But finally, the last category here is the features. Now, the features are so important. Using the app with these is really going to make them feel like your earbuds and really customize everything you want. Going through these, this one's tough because it depends on what you want for features. We actually have a 4-way tie in first place. I hate to give out ties. Like, I really don't like to do that. But with this one, it's just so dependent on what you're looking for in a pair of earbuds. So the 4-way tie is between the Bang & Olufsen EX, the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3s, the Sony XM4s, and the Galaxy Buds. And again, starting off with the Bang & Olufsen, we have multi-point connection, which is the biggest thing for these. Nothing else on this table, except kind of the AirPods, nothing else has a true multi-point connection, which means I can connect to my phone and my laptop and easily switch between them. And the second reason that these are in first place is because they have probably the best autoplay and auto pause feature. Instead of just taking one earbud out and pausing my music, it knows that the other earbud is still in, and so it's going to continue playing until I take both earbuds out of my ears. Next up, we have Sony. Again, tied in first place. Sony packs these with all types of features, from Sony 360 audio, speak to chat, which means if I'm wearing the earbuds, I can just start talking, it'll pause my music, turn the volume way down, turn on transparency mode, I can hear my surroundings, and that's a really cool feature. They have ambient sound control, which means if I start moving around my house or around, if whatever I start doing, they can automatically switch between A and C and some different sound settings. Again, tied in first place is also the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. Samsung's been known to pack their earbuds full of features, from the ability to open Spotify, to find my earbuds, to voice detect, to 360 audio, all great features that make these a solid tie in first place. And then of course, the Sennheiser earbuds, the last one in the four-way tie, I promise. These are a great pair of earbuds because, like I said, they have totally customizable touch controls in the app. I love to be able to do that. You've got sound check in here, and even though these don't have multi-point connection, you can still go in the app and toggle between different devices, and you can have many devices in there. And then in fifth place, because we have a four-way tie in first place, the fifth place here, the Apple AirPods Pro give you quite a few features as well, so you're able to have things like Apple Spatial Audio, you've got adaptive EQ on these, you've got things like Find My and MagSafe on the case as well, and of course the seamless switching between Apple devices. But that's the catch. It only really works well with Apple devices, and so while you can still use these with an Android device, you just don't get access to a lot of those features. And then unfortunately in last place, there's really not a whole lot that the app offers on the Master and Dynamics. You can do some basic stuff, but relatively limited feature set. So if we look at the scores for all of those, we add up, like, first place is 1 point, sixth place is 6 points, we add up all the categories, and we do it like a golf score. The lowest score is the best. This is what you're going to get out of that. In sixth place, very unfortunate, the Master and Dynamic MW08 earbuds. Still a great pair of earbuds, but these just didn't quite make it compared to the other 5. Moving up to fifth place, we actually have the Apple AirPods Pro. I love the AirPods Pro, but again, 2 years old, the competition really caught up a lot, and I think maybe the Apple AirPods Pro 2, a rumored pair of earbuds, may be coming later this year. They might do a lot better. So if you guys want to see a review on that, I'll definitely be covering them as soon as they come out. Be sure to go down and click that subscribe button. Moving up to fourth place, we have the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, a compact design, really fun, lively sound, lots of features, pretty decent active noise cancellation and microphone quality, but just not the best sound quality compared to the other ones, and a little bit less premium, but still a really solid fourth place pick right here. That, out of all of these, is actually the cheapest option. So if you're looking for the best premium at the lowest price, I mean, the Galaxy Buds are really a compelling buy. Moving up to third place, these are the Sony WF-1000XM4s. Amazing active noise cancellation, a pretty decent design, 2 different colors, and really a solid pick for most people out there. Although I will say, for some reason, the foam tips, they're not my favorite. My one pair actually did get completely demolished. I got on a flight one day, took them out, and I don't know why, the ear tip was just completely destroyed. And moving up to our silver medal, second place, the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3s. Amazing sound quality. I love the aesthetic of these, a compact design with a lot of features, and again, the fully customizable touch controls really make for a solid buy. And these are also selling at $250, which isn't cheap, but compared to first place, makes them a very, very compelling purchase. But in first place, if money's no object, without a doubt, the most premium model out there, great sound quality, not the best active noise cancellation, but really a premium build, great aesthetics. These are the Bang & Olufsen EX earbuds. But in this comparison, these earbuds just won in a lot of categories, from design to aesthetics to fit and comfort to sound quality, and of course features as well. These have been doing a fantastic job across the board, and they're really easy to recommend if you have $400 lying around, which I think a lot of people won't, which is why I said, out of this, like, the easiest one to recommend is probably second place. You're saving $150 for a really close second here. But leave a comment below and let me know which of these you would buy or which ones you like the best. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. I'm Michael Bryan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.